Hey guys, Kirk here from What's New Video Games with another review video. This time we are checking out Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. I was privileged enough to receive a review copy from Nacon and Dead Good Media, so thank you to them. And thank you to you all for watching the videos, liking this video, and being a subscriber. If you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing because my subscriber count and my viewers and the likes that I get on the videos, all that contributes to me getting these type of opportunities to be able to review these games for you guys and get these videos out so that you know what's going on with games when they release. And we're checking out Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown, which was one that a lot of racing fans were hyped about. But I'm not going to sugarcoat it. This is not a particularly great game. Especially when compared to the likes of Forza Horizon 5 and even Forza Horizon 4 and the Crew Motorfest live service online game with, you know, a bunch of multiplayer elements, a lot of cars, a lot of different activities, a lot of stuff to do. That's not really what this game is. But that doesn't mean that I'm not enjoying it. I actually am enjoying it quite a bit for what it is. And it really is a simpler type of racing game. It reminds me a lot of older racing games from, my childhood and adolescence, really. Particularly Need for Speed Underground 2, primarily because it's just simpler in terms of the design. The thing about a lot of these newer racing games, particularly Forza Horizon, is that they're very flashy. They're very busy. In terms of the UI, in terms of even just when you're driving, there's things flashing all over the screen. There's, oh, you got this XP, you hit, new milestone achieved. Here's this thing for you to do. Oh, you unlocked a new car, go do this, you got this. Just all the time, right? It's very flashy, it's very busy. And I know that certain people bounce off of that, like they're looking for a more simplified and kind of consolidated racing experience that's more just like you being in tune with the road, driving around. And racing games used to be more like that. If you are not looking for this game to be the next competitor to Forza Horizon and the Crew Motorfest, and you're looking for a more simplified type of racing game that harkens back to what racing games felt like to play in the early to mid 2000s, this game might hit home for you. It's kind of like comfort food as far as I'm concerned. I have really been enjoying it, and that's despite the fact that, like, there's just not a lot going on here. The handling model, very simple. Again, reminds me a lot of what Need for Speed used to be. If you're a disaffected Need for Speed fan, if you don't like all this brake to drift, sliding around corners, the camera's flinging out to the side every time you take a turn, if you don't like that and you like a little bit more of a sim type handling model or a more planted car handling model, but you want something that is very arcadey still, sort of like Underground 2, I think that you maybe will enjoy this game. It's a little more towards like the Gran Turismo side of things than, those older Need for Speed games, but not that much. It's really not super difficult to get a grasp of this handling, and it's not very in-depth, which is to the game's detriment. The guys that want to play this on a wheel, I just don't think there's enough substance here for those people. But if you're looking to sit down with a controller and just have some fun, this game is just about getting in a car, driving around the city, and doing races, earning XP, unlocking additional areas, unlocking the ability to purchase additional cars. It's a simple, classic-style racing game. It's arguably too simple. That's the major critique that I would have. Like, you're really only just doing races and then doing more races. You're unlocking the ability to get better parts for your car so that it's faster and it handles better. You can't do any body work, which, I know what people are going to think. How can you compare this to Underground 2 and you can't do any body work? I know that's a fair criticism. Underground 2, one of the major components of that game was being able to kit out your car's body in a variety of different ways with spoilers and different bumpers and all kinds of stuff. You can do a little bit of customization, like with the rims, the interior, you can change the color of the seats and stuff like that, but it's very simplistic. So full disclaimer there. When I say that this feels like Underground 2, I'm more talking about like a game design and kind of what it feels like driving around the city. You're not getting a ton of customization options. You're not getting a lot of cars either. Again, that's why it kind of reminds me of an older game. I think this game has less than 200 cars in it. So I know I'm saying a lot of negatives, but the general gameplay loop of going out there, driving in more races, unlocking additional areas, unlocking the ability to get more cars, getting more currency to buy the cars, upgrading the cars, and then you also pick one of two factions. And that's kind of cool because there's like an added layer there. There's not that much substance to the whole faction thing, but there is like a kind of like a hub area that you can visit. I chose the like more Need for Speed Underground feeling faction because I'm just that's kind of the whole vibe I'm going for here. I like racing in the nighttime when I can, and this is kind of like a seedy kind of underground club type of place. It's the streets gang. And so like that's pretty cool. There's like a DJ and everything, but really all you can do is like challenge various racers in the clan to duels. But even that feature is cool, like having the ability to rank up and then you can challenge somebody to a duel. But that's really it. Like the only carrot on the stick here is just getting more XP so that you make a meter go up and then you can feel good about yourself and then you can go buy better, more expensive cards and then upgrade them so that they are the absolute fastest and handle the absolute best. And honestly, like, I don't know that I want that much more out of a racing game. Like, I am fairly happy with it. I could totally understand if that's not what they're looking for. And I don't think that it measures up at all to Motorfest and Forza Horizon 5. But again, it doesn't necessarily have to. It can be a more simplistic style game and still be fun. And I've found that it's quite fun. Now, is it $60 fun? I don't think so. I don't think it is. I think $50 would have been a better starting price for this game, but since they went with $60, I think with the lack of features, with the bare bones kind of simplistic nature of this game, the limited number of vehicles, more vehicles might be coming down the line later, but you're starting with a fairly restricted set of vehicles in terms of the other racing games that are on the market right now. And just in general, like, I don't think that the package is complete and comprehensive enough to justify the $60 price tag. The game's performance is not that stable, not that reliable. I definitely had frame drops, especially in the actual races with an entire grid of cars that I'm going up against. The frames definitely drop, like going into turns, a bunch of cars go into a turn at one time. Noticeable frame drops there. And then also the fact that the game is always online. Like, that's just not preferable. The fact that you have to log into a server, you have to be connected to the internet to play this game. Not preferable, not ideal. And so with the lack of features, the lack of things to do, the lack of depth to the general gameplay loop, I'm thinking this game is probably worth it at around the $40 mark. Like, I would say pick it up for that. If the game that I've described sounds terrible to you, don't pick this up. Because I'm giving you an accurate depiction of the game, I think. And if you see the simplistic, kind of watered down nature of this game as a deficiency, yeah, you're not going to like it. You're definitely not going to like it. But for me, it's comfort food. I've really been enjoying it, and I think I just want to progress into the game because, I don't know, I'm a curious little cat, I guess. No, I mean, I just like it. I like how it feels driving around the city. A to-scale version of Hong Kong to drive around. The cars that are in the game are very cool. The one-on-one duel races with the people in your clan, that's very cool. But yeah, I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10, kind of on the weaker side. But there's fun to be had here. I'm enjoying myself, and I do recommend it. If what I'm describing sounds like it's a game that you would be into, I recommend it at around $40 or less.